Okay, so it's weasels this time. Before we had wolves, before that was rabbits, and before that was also just rabbits. But this time it is weasels. So, first of all, how you doing, cats and kittens? It is me, your weird Uncle XV, coming at you in a roundabout fashion because I've been kind of dreading this run. So, um, I started this brief series on doing homogeneous runs as a because of a comment that was left for me on a video on my YouTube channel, where someone suggested that I just do an all rabbits run, which I thought was very funny because up to that point I had been shit talking rabbits basically all day, every day. And I learned from the next week worth of runs, two of which I ended up recording, was that I had been dramatically undervaluing rabbits. Rabbits are actually very, very strong. And I've spent some time reviewing what the community has had to say about the various races and what reviewers have had to say about the various races. And it seems like that opinion has been pretty universal, that we have all been undervaluing rabbits. As it turns out, rabbits have a couple of very strong talents, including one that is legitimately one of the best talents in the game, and also all of their passives are bangers. Even the least of their passives is still pretty strong, and they also include two of what I would consider to be the best passives in the game. The problem with rabbits is that their racial ability is very weak. Weasels, I think that weasels, I'm just going to come out and say this. I think that weasels are the exact opposite. I think that we, as a fan base, as a culture, we have been overvaluing weasels. I have spent the past week doing pretty much nothing but weasel-only runs. I have done 7 weasel-only runs in total to prep for this, and I have defeated the prince twice. That is much lower than my usual win rate. And it's possible that I've just been doing certain things entirely wrong. I may do much better tonight. I'm hoping that I do well this morning, rather. I'm hoping that I do much better this morning. But here is what I have come up with. Whereas rabbits have pretty good, a lot of their talents are not very good at all, but several of the talents are actually quite strong, and all of their passives are really, really good. Wolves have somewhat lackluster passives, but legitimately the strongest talents in the game. Sever is crazy overpowered. It is ridiculous how good that card is. And also a pretty solid racial ability. When you have a wolf in your party, all of your weapons and your talents become basically communal. Weasels have somewhat lackluster talents, somewhat lackluster passives. They have a couple of really, really good passives, but I'll get into it later. And also the strongest, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the strongest racial ability in the game. And I think that their incredibly strong racial ability has led all of us, myself very much included, into overvaluing weasels a bit. Previously, when I first started playing, when I first unlocked weasels, I easily put them in A tier. And as time went on and I realized that their talents really aren't all that great, and they really do rely on their passives, I slipped them down to maybe an A minus B plus tier. I think that weasels are possibly lower tier than that. I think that they are very, very strong damage support, but they're not very good at being primary damage. You know what? I'm babbling way too much about this. We're going to go ahead, we're going to do nothing but weasels, and we'll see how we do. What I'm just trying to say is that there's a strong chance I'm not going to win this. My win rate with only weasels has been substantively lower than it has been. Like, my win rate with only wolves is extremely high because they are very, very strong. And my win rate with only rabbits, is also much higher than I anticipated. But my win rate with only weasels has been very, very low. A big problem that weasels have is that they are not good at the prince at all. They need to play way too many cards. So the to demonstrate the great strength of weasels is their racial ability is beyond a shadow of a doubt the best in the game. They have the ability of converting one will into 9 bleed and 6 base damage. That is that's it's a lot. That is a lot. And I've said that before. But the truth of the matter is that that's not fully accurate. That's not like that's not an accurate representation of what it is that you are paying for that result. It's not just one will, it's one will and also 3 stamina. Once you get to the prince, that becomes one will and 6 stamina for 9 bleed and 6 base damage, which suddenly is no longer as good. In order for me to have defeated the prince, I've defeated the prince once by leaning very heavily into an all poison build, and once by making use of a talent that I don't think is specific to weasels. Hopefully it will come up and I'll show it to you if it does. But in the meantime, I'm going to stop rambling about this. Let's just go ahead and see what I can do. I am fully aware, by the way, that that is potentially going to be a legitimately controversial statement, that I think that we have been overvaluing weasels. Because weasels are and have been, by the way, Double Team has been my very best friend since starting these homogenous runs. I lost track of what I was saying literally already. Good God, Alex. XV. My real name is Alex. I told you. I mean, like, you knew my name wasn't actually XV, right? I slip up every once in a while. I'm good at this. Anyway, so let's see what I can do. All right. I believe that one of the reasons why we have been, and I say we because I've been looking around on the I've been on the Banners of Ruin subreddit. I've reviewed a lot of what other people are saying in various places on Steam, in Reddit, in out in the world. None of these, unfortunately, just yet. I do want Law of Exchange, but it's too expensive for right now, and I don't have anything. I don't have anything to play it on. And I don't have anything worth bringing back into my hand. It's too expensive to put into my hand just yet. Running on Fumes is a very solid card if you have a bear. Otherwise, it can be a little bit. It can be a little bit crippling. Wild Brawl, I have not been taking too much of lately, which isn't well. It's because I've been aiming for much smaller groups. Okie dokie, Jesus Christ. Fight or Flight is lethal. Be very, very careful about this one. I was able to take this on my rabbits only run titled I Was Wrong About Rabbits. That is possibly, honestly, the single best stream I have ever done. I'm so pleased with the way that one turned out. Everything went great. I was able to take on Fight or Flight. I am not able to take it on right now, and I'm also not going to be able to take on this heavy patrol because I don't think I am even close. Yeah, I'm barely close to level 2. So we're going to discard both of those. Thanks very much. And there's no combat to discard. There we are. I know that I personally have been very heavy on weasels in the past, largely because hold on, 5. Much damage is coming in. So you're taking 10 damage, you're taking 20 damage, we're alright. No, we're not. You are taking more damage than that. Okay, hang on. Just gonna go ahead and just keep on babbling to myself for a second, shall I? I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. Okay. Shit. Alright. Well, he's gonna take some damage to the face, and that's gonna suck. Shit. So, my usual rules. I'm going to give myself one redo. If I lose before I'm around about the second, before I hit the first crossroads of the second street, I will start over again. You will not die to your bleed. What are you doing? It's a fucking bludgeon too. Shit, this is gonna suck. All right, well, so let's take care of you, and let's make sure you die. So what was I saying? Okay, that's fine. So, again, when you're in this first street, be very wary about anyone named Enforcer with this action coming in on you. That is bludgeon. If your guy has, if the target has more than 18 armor, it's going to throw a bunch of bleed on you. And bleed this early in the game can lead to a failed run very, very quickly. So, I have personally had very high. I have personally tiered Weasels very, very high for a long time because when I first started playing this game, like everybody else, I had a lot of problems with it. This is a very difficult game. In some cases, because the difficulty ramps up quite quickly as of the second street, for one thing. For another, because the game doesn't really do a great job of explaining what you should be looking for or what is coming. Stamina? Not a fan of miasma. I don't really have anything to put on Plagueis. Sulfuric Bomb will have to do for now. And you will already have 3 stamina because of the light armor, so let's increase your will by 1. Ah, I see. Okay, so give me just 1 second. Thanks very much for your time. I am absolutely uninterested in purchasing viewers, and I'm uninterested in having you in my stream. So please give me 1 moment, and I'll go ahead and get rid of you. As soon as I figure out how to do that. Goodbye. All right, so I don't have anything worth duplicating yet, do I? Do I have anything worth duplicating? Yes, I do. I could duplicate a double team. That would actually be quite handy. Oh, that's not what this is. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to be re-rolling the sulfuric bomb and getting something even worse. Shit. Scornful Bite is I'm not getting nearly enough. Well, I suppose Scornful Bite will be useful if I had passives that lean into ruins, and I don't have any passives yet. So in the meantime, this is just 2 stamina for something that isn't very good. Scar has actually gotten me killed in the past. I'm going to take the Galvanize for right now. That is unfortunate. Okay. I am lagging behind on absolutely everything. Ooh, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so let's upgrade to Superior Light. We're going to steal the heavy armor for later, and I'm also going to change you out to Superior Light because medium armor is only 4 armor more than Superior Light, so it's not, I'm not losing too much by swapping to the Superior Light for right now at the very least. And we're going to keep the heavy armor in reserve for a moment. This is not bad. This is a pretty decent little power ramp. Oh my fucking god. Really? Crypt already? Already crypt. Shit. Okay. This is going to be rough. I may actually lose right away. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I don't think I can afford any of the weapons that the weapon merchant's going to have for me, and I definitely do not have the ability to jump up to level 3. All right, we're going after the crypt because we have to go after the crypt. I'm going to say again, this is potentially going to be a game over for me. I may need to start over after this. But do you see this right here? It's worth a shot. It is, in fact, worth a shot. The reward for beating the crypt, it greatly outweighs the potential risk, and that potential risk is fucking game over. It's that important, because if I pass it up here, I know I'm never going to see it again, and that will actually be hurting me for later on in the game. But still, it's gonna fucking suck. This is really gonna suck. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the hell out of the way. Everybody's missing this time. Good. So let's get you, and let's try to... Okay. Not enough. Not enough. The reason why this is so important... is because of their very first... These three wolves, their very first attack is 3 bleed. And because I only got 2 guys, there's a stronger chance that they're going to all be aiming at the same guy. And that could lead to me just fucking dying. See, like this. I'm going to get 6 bleed on Denver, and that is going to be a real serious problem for me. And I don't have... They have 48 health. I don't have enough to actually... I don't have enough to kill him. So I'm going to do my best. God damn. Okay. Well, lay it on me. Shit. Oh, I hate it. Plus side is that's their starting attack, but they don't go back to it for at least a little while. And their next attack is not nearly as dangerous. Okay, so that's at least one of you down. These 2 rabbits, they are basically nothing. They barely matter. Okay, that's 2 down. I want to start working on him. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Okay. See, this is the reason why weasels are so very strong very early on, especially if you're just starting out in the game, is that their racial ability is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the strongest in the game. It's not even close. But it is especially strong in the early streets. As of the 3rd street, the amount of health everything has means that you need to have a lot of points put into will in order to keep having that much bleed. There are a number of talents that enable you to, hopefully I'll be able to show you, but that will enable you to increase or like ghetto multiply the amount of bleeds on targets. Look at that, he's already down to 14, but it's not going to kill him. All right, we've got this. We will survive this. We will survive this. And I did not think that one very much through. It's okay. These guys are not... These guys are the 2 monks. These guys are not dangerous. Or rather, they're not dangerous by themselves. They really need their wolf buddies to frighten me. So how's everybody doing? Okay, good. Oh, thank God for that. All right, so this is a pretty good start. We have Ancient Amulet this early on, and a pink powder. I'll take that. The reason why this is so important, Ancient Amulet, at the end of your turn, cards remain in your hand rather than being sent to the discard pile. That is, that effect is unique in this game. It is permanent, and it is so crazy powerful that even if you know for a fact that going after the crypt will end your fucking run, you really still need to... It's still worth the risk. It's still worth a shot. None of these... Okay. Can I get a free heal on you, or are you not hurt enough? Nope, you're not hurt enough. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to permanently ruin withdraw in order to get Denver back up to max, because Denver took a beating in that round, and eventually, hopefully I'll be able to get rid of it, but in the meantime, let's see what ruin we ended up getting. Just a Ragged Claw, not a big deal. It's just deal 5 damage, take 5 damage. It's the most basic possible ruin. I am wrong. I'm also wrong about the ruins. I've come to realize that ruins are not nearly as dangerous and ruinous as I had been saying. I am still going to say that I don't like doing ruin runs because you cannot guarantee which ruins in particular you will get. Some of them are really, really strong. Some of them are basically useless. So anyway, where was I? All right, first crossroads, and we're doing pretty okay. You'll notice that my two, they're still in the front row. Normally, by now, I would have moved them into the back, but I don't have any reserves just yet. Once I do get even a single reserve, I'll move them into the back row. But for right now, I keep them in the front row specifically so that they can get full effect out of Vanguard. What really helped me, the reason why I was able to get that one, to get that Ancient Amulet, is because of this, the falchion and the extra, excuse me, what is word? Superior light armor. That's what I was trying to say. What are you doing? It's a lot of damage coming in on Costling, huh? Okay. It's 18 damage on Costling, 8 on Denver. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, Costling should be alright. Going to start working on the ones in the back. I know that I am okay. In terms of, for this round, I know that I'm okay. I'm going to be able to soak all of this damage straight into armor. So, okay, so let's see. Give me one moment. That's you dead. And this is you almost dead. Good. Okay. Alright, some bleed on the top and bottom. Is it just one? It's just one. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to start... Oh, the bludgeon. The bludgeon is what I need to get rid of that. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you boot the bear to the rear, and we'll deal with him in a moment. And you... I have a choice, don't I? So, both of these are going to be doing 1 red damage because of that bleed, 2 costly. Actually, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be 3 because it will be 2 stacks of bleed. So 2 damage and then 1 damage. So we're not going to... What's going on in my head right now is I'm wondering if I should be spreading some damage around. And the answer is that's never the correct idea. I've said this several times. I am going to do my best to practice what I preach. If it is a choice between killing a mob and if the choice is between killing a mob and spreading some damage around, the correct answer always is killing a mob. Always. 1 less action incoming is always the correct choice. Now, because we have Ancient Amulet, that means that a lot of my decisions in terms of turn to turn are going to be a bit different. I can afford to throw a bunch of shivs into my hand and then not play them because they'll just be there next round. Quick hands, absolutely. None of these, absolutely not. So, Halberd is on paper, it is a very good card. In practice, it costs 4 stamina, which means it's the only fucking thing you'll be doing. It does have very good weapon damage, but frankly, Falchion is almost as good, and it costs only 1, so fuck that. Well, the reason why Halberd is decent is because it's a sweep. It's doing 12 damage to a rank, plus also it is applying 2 bleed. But in practice, that's the only thing you're doing that round. Poignard is not a bad idea for Denver. It's not actually a bad idea for Denver. does mean that I wouldn't. Am I comfortable getting rid of the round shield this early? I am comfortable getting rid of the round shield this early. Let's get that Poignard. So what Poignard is, it's a 0-cost card, and it deals 5 damage, banishes itself, and then the next time Denver draws their falchion, this Poignard will show up, so he'll get an extra 5 damage for free. So this is Hamor Denver and Gavi Costly. As we have been, as I've been pointing out in previous runs, it turns out that these my angry furries here, they actually do have sexual dimorphism. There is a different face for male and female, of just about everything, and I haven't noticed for the years, literal years, I have been playing this game. It's never occurred to me that they just have different faces for male and female. I do not know what the difference is between male and female weasel face, however. So I don't, and I also don't know if Gavi and Hamor are male or female names, so I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Moving along. Now, trying to actually complete a thought. He said right before not completing a thought. Hold on. Okay. This is actually a pretty difficult choice. Merchant in Trouble is $250 and a potential combat, which I want, because I am reasonably close to level 3. Mentor is a copied card, and that is actually important because I have a double team, and I want to duplicate that double team. Double team is very strong for homogeneous runs, and Drunken Guard is just $300 for free. I have enough that I will definitely be able to. Recruit somebody. I'll definitely be able to recruit somebody. But I also do have at least 150. I do have at least 150 expenditure coming up because of the. I'm going to need to buy a boat. I'm going to go for the merchant. It is definitely $250, and it's not going to be the combat this time, which is fine. Sparring partner is too expensive for right now, unfortunately, and I do want to get a little bit closer to level 3 if at all possible. Okay. Good start. All right. That went pretty well. Anyway, so when I first started playing this game, like everybody else, I had some difficulties with Calculating Strike, absolutely. I had some difficulties with the difficulty curve. I had difficulties with the difficulty curve. I'm going to take this... No, I'm just going to get rid of the boat merchant now, in case there is literally anything more valuable underneath, because I have not seen any Kilderkin yet. And, oh, Talisman, actually. I would have been upset if I had to give that up. So, the very first team composition that I found that really worked for me was Weasel Beaver. Weasel Beaver is a very, very strong and very, very beginner-friendly team composition. The Beaver is able to basically hold the front line by themselves, and the Weasel provides excellent early game damage with all of those shivs. But they taper off. Because they really rely on their passives, and without their passives, their talents are kind of lackluster. Give me something good. Come on. Nope. Nah. Charge is fine. Let's make this momentum a little bit better, shall we? But as time has gone on, I came to value mice much higher. Mice remain mouse tier. They have incredibly strong passives, they have incredibly strong talents, and they have a very, very strong racial ability. They are the most, in my opinion, reliable class in the game, the most reliable race to have in your party. I refer to them as mouse tier for a reason. We are only going to be recruiting weasels. So let's see what you've got. Not bad. Decent, not the best. You can't actually cast all 3 of your shivs, but you do have a short bow, and I like that short bow. It's unfortunate because I do like that clout, and I do like that diversion, but not in a party with weasels because that would get to be very, very frustrating very quickly. So, Jeffrey, welcome to the team. Everybody in the front row for right now. We will move people to the back row as soon as we have a reason to do so. I guarantee you this is going to be Spitter. It's going to be Spitter. It's always fucking Spitter. Come on, Spitter. Oh, it's not. Holy shit. Hey guys, do you remember that there are other bosses other than Spitter in the first street? It's Sledge. Sledge ain't shit. Grabbing a drink. Give me a moment. Okay, so. Anyway. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to start pointing things out when they come up instead of rambling about literally everything. It's just kind of what I do, you know. Like, I ramble. It's what I do. All right, so. As has been pointed out more than once, Weasel with Flow is exceptionally strong, but even against the Prince, even with Flow, because Flow zeroes out the stamina cost of a card randomly. Well, you know what? You'll see. We'll get there. You'll see. Almost, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. Okay. Yikes. Ooh, not amazing. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I got 12 damage coming into the row, and also Sledge is being cute. Well, you're definitely dying to your bleed, so... Okay, so Sledge's big thing is that he's the first that you will usually see that has Fury. That's his big thing. He's got Fury, and also if you deal too much damage to him, he starts adding on stacks of Bolster and Charge, which can become a thing. It can become a thing. It won't be a thing. Alright, so both of your buddies are going to drop. It's just going to be you. And you will not be able to burn through that. Good. Okay, we should be all set. Boot. Okay. Just about done. Okay. Bye. Bye, Sledge. Bye. Sledge is one of the very first of the street bosses added to the game, and unfortunately, it's Sledge, it's Blister, and it's one other that I think I'm forgetting. That I'm definitely forgetting at least one other, because I honest to God, I basically only fucking see Spitter, who was added relatively recently. Relatively. Akimbo, definitely. Medium armor, superior light, and you just had a regular medium. So, all three of my Weasel boys? Question mark. Denver, Gavi, and Jeffrey. Okay, I'm going to assume their faces are basically identical. I think. So I think that these are all guys. So hopefully we'll pick up a lady Weasel and we'll figure out what the fuck their faces look like. Moving along. Denver and Costling both leveled up. Okay. All right, Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty is Bloodthirsty is an excellent passive. Whenever this character kills an enemy with an attack, not bleed, their maximum vitality is increased by 3. That means that Hammer Denver is going to need to be my primary killer, which is going to be it's going to be a lot easier then it's going to be pretty easy because I have double team and I have akimbo. And Hammer is currently, Denver, is currently holding my best weapons. So let's increase your will for now. Gavi Costling, we're going to get you up to 3 base stamina. And okay. There's a question. Assassin is a very good passive, but it has negative synergy with one of the most iconic Weasel passives. The one that I'm talking about, of course, is Sharp. Sharp is a passive that every single time you spit out a concealed blade, it ticks Sharp up by 1. And then every time that Weasel plays a concealed blade, it deals 2 base damage plus your stacks of Sharp. So in that way, Weasels with Sharp are able to deal some real damage in the late game. It falls off very hard on the Prince because it needs to spit out so many. It needs to spit out so many cards in order to actually get up to there. And you got a kind of a ticking clock on the Prince. You need to kill Obelisk very, very quickly. And I've referred to this as a pump Weasel build. Now, Impervious is excellent. It is truly, truly solid. But one of the 2 times that I was able to kill the Prince on an all Weasel run was by using Assassin. So I'm going to go with this. Now, the reason why this has negative synergy with Sharp is because from now on, every single concealed blade that I spit out will be a poison blade, not a concealed blade. Every single one. And Sharp only interacts. It only synergizes with concealed blade. It only ticks up for concealed blades. It does not tick up for poison blades. So by picking this on Costling, I have just effectively turned off Sharp. So I am no longer a bleed build. Now I am a poison build, and I am going to try to take talents and passives that lean heavier into poison, which also means I'm going to need to take talents and passives that lean heavier into defense, because poison is a much slower way to go than bleed, because poison deals damage to armor first, whereas bleed deals damage to vitality. No, wrong one! Ah, you idiot! Ah, stupid. Okay, I healed everybody up to full instead of giving Islington a free level. It's fine. I'll be able to make that up pretty quickly. He was only level 2 to 3 is not that big of a deal, but also that's embarrassing. Way to go. I need to start paying much more attention, clearly. Now. Very, very embarrassing. So, poison blades. So, poison versus bleed. Bleed deals damage. It deals damage directly to vitality, and then it ticks down. Poison deals damage. Excuse me. Let me try that again. Poison checks against armor first, and it ticks up. There are a couple of Weasel talents and a couple of Weasel passives that synergize very, very well with poison. So I'm hoping that I run into literally any of them to make that choice worthwhile. And if it doesn't, well, I will have made a bit of a mistake, haven't I? So 8 damage, yeah, I'm fine. And yeah, okay. Okay, so remember with double team increases it rewards you for having a more homogenous team, for having more characters of the same race on your team. You need to, if you have double teams, make sure that all you guys are together like this in any way, and then play double team on whoever's in the middle, whoever's touching the most amount of Weasels. Gotta make sure they're touching the most amount of Weasels. Let's just get you down, okay? Okay, that's a good bludgeon. He's got 13 armor. This is going to be checking it. 18 or more it will be applying for bleed, but he's got less, so we are all set. Let's start building poisons on you. So there's a couple of different passives that we are going to be looking for that I usually don't, because I don't think that I have streamed I don't believe that I've actually streamed a poison heavy run before, have I? Important to note, literally every single concealed blade that is spawned becomes a poisoned blade. That is done with you. What are you doing? You're just putting on some armor? Just putting on some armor. Fine. I swear to God, I started this off saying, yeah, I believe that we've all overvalued weasels, and then I'm just going. I'm already jinxing myself. I can tell I'm already jinxing myself. So I'm just going to shut the fuck up, shall I? Oh, you're going to take that in the pants. No, you're not, because he just died from his poison. Literally just said I was going to try to pay closer attention, didn't I? I'm also going to try to do my best, because they're all wearing similar costuming. I'm going to try my best to keep their weapons different. Blades Akimbo, Denver over here is the one who needs to do my killing, because Denver, take that refresh, Denver has that bloodthirsty, which I'm already making some decent use out of. Okay, fucking perfect. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Quick Thinking is a free level. And I'm going to give that to Islington to make up for Islington being a bit behind. Okay, so, first of all, base stamina 3. Come on, big one in the whammies. Okay, cool. Yeah, Blessed is a very, very strong passive to have for weasels. That just means that I don't really need to worry about giving Islington any more will for a while. They just have 5. Is it 5? They have, I think, 4 base will now. At the beginning of every combat, they'll gain 2 extra will. That's great. We're going to take the 10 extra vitality, which will only bite us in the ass if we start losing people. Going after the prisoners, because I'm okay with losing a combat, but there might be something underneath that combat that I am less okay with losing. Okay. Damage plus 5. Excuse me, 6 damage plus 5 is not enough. I'm going to take a little bit of red damage, just a bit, though. Yeah, and then this mercenary will die next round. That's fine. Or when it comes back up again, at least. Okay, that's much better use of my... That's a much better use of my strength. Good. Okay, already up to 59 max health. Way to go, Denver. How is Islington so much higher health? That's weird. Okay, well, I'm not gonna question it too much. Oh, you idiot! My bad. I didn't realize that the Sherpa was already in his hand. I need to pay much closer attention. I promise I will pay much closer attention. I can't actually promise that I'll pay much closer attention. I can pretend that I'll pay much closer attention, but in actual matter of fact, what's going to happen is that I'm just going to space out and do fucking whatever, because that's just how I do. Now, these guys are going to die, but I want to make the most out of this, the most out of Bloodthirsty, so none of these, please. I'll take that tensions. I don't need another pink powder. Okay. What are you doing? 12 and 12? Not bad. All right, so let's just cover you up. Okay. So, first off, 68. It's not bad. $71. It's not bad. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I have a guy in the back row now. Anything? No. Okay. Oh, you're just gonna die from that. Okay. Bye. Invigorating blow, absolutely. And we are done with our second informant task. We are booking. Okay, so, wishing well. We're going to remove a card from our deck, and the card we're going to remove from our deck will be... Looks like it's just going to be a skill. We cannot remove... It's unfortunate, but we cannot remove the that ruin, but that ruin really isn't that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the strike and take a... Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's... So, this is a -1 stamina cost. There's a couple things I can put this on. Akimbo would be good. Anything that is a 2, dropping a 2 down to a 1 is excellent. But I want to make sure that so quick hands is a good candidate. Sharp and steel is an excellent candidate, and so is double team or akimbo. I'm going to go with akimbo. Okay, so this shadows is one of two different things. It's one of two different potential combats that will either end me with some decent poison dagger or a very, very strong bleed sword. We're gonna go for the ducks first because Palestone. Yes. Okay. Good. So on the ducks, when you do not have Iris with you, Palestone is what you want. Palestone is it's a combat exchange for everyone in your party gets an extra will, and we've got weasels, so we want as much will as we possibly can. We want as much free will as we possibly can. We don't want to be forced to give up too many level ups for will. What are you... Oh, geez. I'm going to take it a bit in the face. But luckily, Denver's got a lot of health. Yeah, Denver is going to be fine. But it's still going to hurt a bit. Alright, this Salter will die on his next turn. Okay. Shit. That's not great. That's pretty bad. Alright, well... All that damage is getting... The raw damage is getting soaked by the net, but the poison is getting through. Shit, but that's gonna suck. Well, you're dying. Okay, this one's dying. So I've got 10 damage coming in on Denver and 10 damage coming in on Costling. Not thrilled. Ouch. Fuck you, you pricks. Eee, jeez. Okay. That's very handy. Okay, that's it for you. That ought to break you out of the net. Okay. Anything else I can do? Nothing else. Okay, so I've got... I don't think he's going to be able to burn through that armor. Good, okay. The net is going to sap armor away at 10 armor per round, but it only saps armor. It doesn't actually do any vitality damage. Flurry is very, very good. Very good. And we get a will. Everybody get a will. And now we will be moving on to the shadows. It's envenomed. Okay, it's the poison one. It's the lesser of the two that I was hoping for, especially because these guys are a pain in the dick. But it's still fine. I'm alright with it. So let's see what we got. And here's me hoping I haven't made some seriously poor choices, but okay. Let's see. This dude will definitely die to his dot, but yeah, this dude will definitely die to his dot. I'm not sure if it's worth... Yeah, it definitely is worth... Okay, give me 1 second. Hold on. So yeah, we're just going to make sure that we get the Bloodthirsty out of this. And you, Denver, are going to double stack on armor because you're about to get hit in the face with a lot of poison. Second double team, absolutely. And an Assassin's Blade for the offhand. I don't really think I'm going to be taking this because I don't have two daggers. There's no benefit. Well, I'm going to carry it with me for right now. I'll carry it with me for right now. As far as daggers go, Assassin's Blade is actually quite strong. It does have most of the not most. The next highest weapon damage for a dagger is the Rondo dagger, which is 6. Rondo dagger is much better because it's 6x2. So Assassin's Blade is fine if you're also using a Rondo dagger, and that would be 5 bleed. 5 poison, which isn't terrible. I'll carry it with me for a moment. We're not too far from the next recruitment event. If I don't find anyone decent at the next recruitment event, we'll just leave it on the floor. 4 base. I'll take this incision. I'll take incision. It is a weapon damage, and if the target has bleed, spawn a 0-cost concealed blade. That bleed's going to be a lot harder for me to do, isn't it? At the very least, it is a weapon damage card. Let's see what everybody else is getting. Okay, I'll take that Plagius. Absolutely. That is good. And I Because I can't guarantee that I'll have bleed, I'm going to take slippery instead. Okay. Oh, I am very far from the next recruitment event. Great job. All right, so I'm going to pick up 1 chains. And that's the only chains I'm going to be getting. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so it's a good start. What I would give for a wolf. When I don't have wolves, every time I don't have wolves, I really feel it. Wolves make all of your your talents and weapons into effectively communal pools. So we are going to hold on. First of all, let's see. Let's get that one last one on top of you, and then you spread that over onto the wolf, and then you can get that bloodthirsty. Good. I do have ability to get some bleed on. All right, but just some. Oh, damn it. Wrong card. Well, poop. How's that? Alrighty. What are you doing? Nothing special? Okay, just a 35 armor. Okay. Or you're just going to die from the bleed. That'll do. Sure. None of these. I'll take that instinct. Draw this character's next talent from your draw pile. I'll take it. All right, and we're also going to be going after the Armory Reserves, and at the Armory Reserves, we're going to go after the Elite Combat. We're going to hope for the best, and we are going to immediately be let down. Okay. So, I'm going to swap my short bow for a rapid fire, the expert bow, and I'm going to drop this assassin's dagger because it's going to be quite some time before I add someone else. And it's just going to be a card, like it's just going to be a tumor in my deck that I can't do anything with. And because I've got the ancient amulet, it's not even discarding, so it's just going to sit there. Although it is true that it does give me something to discard and it gives me something to banish, so I'll take it. I'll take it for a little bit, sure. Is that going to be it? That's really going to be it. Shit, man. Okay, cool. All right. 9, 9, and then 10 at the bottom. So let's get... We're going to focus on the billmen in the middle. Whoops. Good. Okay, so that billman is dead. Let's start working on the billmen's in the billmen in the back as well. Okay. So, first off, alright, this one will definitely die to his bleed, and I don't want to fuck around. So, whoop! For God's sake, that's not what I meant to... go. Whatever. Fucking hell. Misplay upon misplay upon misplay upon misplay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to spread this out a little bit. I'm going to contort myself just a tiny little bit to make sure that Denver gets the benefit from the Bloodthirsty. If and when I add a fourth Weasel, Denver is going to be in the front rank. And this fucker is just going to die from his poison. Okay. What are you doing? Some bludgeons, huh? Okay, well. We're going to have you fuck off. Okay. That'll do. Whoops. Okay. So every so often, if I have Instinct in my hand, you might notice that I'm going to look into my draw pile. What I'm doing is I'm trying to see what talents are actually available, because one of the things that this game does not do is warn you when you are about to waste a card. For example, if reserve, perfect example, reserve. You draw one card per team member who is in the back rank, and also everyone in the back rank gets one shot of vigor. If there's no one in the back rank, that card does nothing, and this game will not stop you from playing it. If I play Instinct, for example, if you look into my draw pile, you're going to see that Plagius and Slippery, they are the only talents that I have, and they are both Costling's talent. If you don't know what I'm looking at, this symbol up here on top of the talent or weapon, that is telling you this symbol corresponds to this symbol here. So there we go. This is Costling's symbol, and that symbol is dependent on the order that these characters are added to your party. So these are both Costling's talents. If I were to cast Instinct off of Denver, nothing would happen. Nothing would come into my hand. That is important. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing something shitty. Okay, I get it. What he's doing is bludgeon. Bludgeon is again. It's an attack that you should keep an eye open for. This kind of bear, footman, and that kind of beaver, enforcer, and also the bear called enforcer have this particular ability. Just, especially in the second street, it's really rough because, it's very easy for your guys to have well over that threshold of 18 armor. Enough fucking around. Give me a moment. Is there anything else I can do? There's nothing else I can do, huh? Okay. Shit. Well, I'm going to take some bleed damage. That's what I'm going to do. Unfortunate. Okay. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Everybody's talents are in. Okay, so let's... He's definitely going to die to his bleed. Is there any way that I can... Nope, there is not. So he's just going to die to his poison. All right. Refresh is very good. Brace is also very good. I'm going to go ahead with the refresh because I want as much card draw as I can possibly manage. Okay, we're going to be taking the Overhaul. So Overhaul is a very, very good talent to have. Okay, so just a basic combat. got two. These two are both going to be doing 12 damage to Costling, so we are going to boot the one in the middle, which is unfortunate because I would like to have that. I'd like to have them all together for Plagueis, but I don't have Plagueis in my hand, so fuck it. Damage and damage. Okay. So you just turn you off for the rest of the round. You get to work on Chumbles down here. The problem with weasels is that their damage tends to be very slow. With wolves, with rabbits, with especially with mice, their damage is very, very immediate because it's building up large amounts of strength and fucking blowing it on somebody. Whereas weasels are a dot class. I played. Ooh, hey, that's pretty good. Give me 1 second. What I'm saying, what I'm reacting to here is these guys have suddenly gotten very close together, which means I can suddenly make use of Plagueis. I am just going to consider a few things. One moment. I played World of Warcraft for a long, long time. A very long time I played World of Warcraft. And I was a PvP warlock for most of that time. I'm not going to be playing all three of these, just these two, and then spread that poison around to everybody else. 43 poison, 24 at 24, and then you. So the not to toot my own horn too much. 50? Is that 50? No, it's 30. That's got to be 30. That's got to be 30. Yes. Okay, that makes more sense. And now they're all just going to die this round right now. So let's try to get as many. Let's try to get as many hits for Denver's Bloodthirsty as I can manage. Not meaning to toot my own horn too much, but I was a pretty fucking strong PvP warlock. I was good at warlock, and one of the things that you need to learn to do as a warlock is you need to, especially if you're going affliction, you need to work out how to. Because you do your damage very, very slowly, or at least back in those days, you did your damage very, very slowly. So you need to find ways of making sure that you stay alive and they, while all of your dots are ticking down. Which, as far as excellent, which as far as warlocks is concerned, involves making use of a lot of fears. And then I went destruction and changed the way that I did everything. But either way. Weasels are similar, except they don't have fear. This is going to be rough. This is going to be a little rough. The reason why this is going to be a little rough is because Castor deals damage directly to Vitality. So he's going to be hitting Costling for a lot, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it just yet. That armor is not going to do me any damn good. But I'll just get it out of my hand. Ooh. Yikes. Okay, so. I can blow this down now, potentially. We can just start working on you from right here, I think? Yes, we can. Oh, I should have done that off of Costling. Ah, you idiot. All right. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm pretty sure we're just going to be able to kill him right now. Yes, we can. Good. At this point, he is dead. I am going to fuck around a little bit to try to get him down a little bit lower so I can maybe get just a little bit more out of the Bloodthirsty. One and done. Good. Third double team, absolutely. That means that as soon as I have an opportunity to do so, I'm going to get rid of every single guard in my pack. I am also going to be changing. Gosling, your job is to hold the crossbow, and I'm going to be holding on to it for just another second, just a little bit. Okay. Speaking exactly of which, let's do that right now. We're going to move 2 skills, and those skills are going to be guard and guard. We do not need those guards nearly so much now that we have so many. All right. This is the other shadows. This is going to be the bleed one. That's good. So first we're going to get rid of the hesitation. Next, we're going to take care of the shadows. Are you kidding? A second envenomed? A second? The same one. The same fucking one. The same fucking one. The same. Fucking. Okay. First of all, let's boot him. And this sharpened steel is now going to be used by Costling forever from now on. Because it is weapon damage, and Costling is carrying the strongest weapon damage in this game at 20. Will not quite kill him, but will throw him into the back, because he's going to jump into the back. And if I can get a Plagius in my hand, nope, I can't. That's fine. Second chance, nope. Alright, fuck it. First of all. Second of all. Oh, this is not useful. This is not valuable. I'm not going to be able to make use of the bloodthirsty, so I'm just going to let him die. Might not be a terrible idea with the strategy, because it does banish. I'll take it. I will take it because I've got 2 of those cards that let me swap spots. 2 Assassin's Blades? 2 Assassin's Blades is dumb. Let's be dumb. It's never stopped me before, has it? Alright, so we're going to go after the armor reserves. And we are going to go after weapons and armor. Come on, weapons and armor. Okay, so... there we are. Medium armor, adventurous gear, and rogue. Fuck! Okay, none of these are very good. Okay. What do you got for me? Piece of shit. Okay, so let's swap everybody's positions and only deal with these 2 guys for right now. That is 20 damage and 2 bleed coming into my top row. Okie dokie. What do we say to this motherfucker? Go fuck yourself. Again, I was doing like a thing, you know, like the God of Death. Like, what do we say to the God of Death? Alright, get rid of the solid footing for right now. For right now, he says. We're gonna get rid of the solid footing, period. Alright, so what do I have waiting for? That's interesting. Cool, okay. Master at Arms moves characters' primary and secondary weapon cards to your hand, and Islington is now dual wielding, so this will now bring 2 cards into my hand. So that is pretty interesting. And by interesting, I mean I like that. And again, I keep on not giving the the fucking restoration to Costling, who is hurting really badly. I'm not very good. Okay. So who has 2 of you? Okay, so let's give it to you. What are you doing? 3x3? Yeah, okay. Nothing really special is coming in. All right, good, good, good. But I do have a Plagius that I've already started working on. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to hyperstack this motherfucker up here with as much poison as we can manage. He is definitely going to die from this poison, but what we're going to do, see, is we're going to spread that poison to everybody else. Is that 36? That is 36. Good. Okay. And let's get the rest of your shit into your hand for next round, shall we? And there's nothing else we can do. All right, move on. Okay. Eventually, I am going to swap that poignard. Actually, I should probably just swap that poignard for the other assassin blade, but then I will literally never be able to tell the difference between Denver and Islington. Okay. Let's just get these out of my hand. And we're all set. I don't think I'll be able to convert. I might be able to. Good. Okay, that's about as much as I'm going to be able to do for the bloodthirsty. So let's just move along. And I will, in fact, take a fourth double team, because this is the more of these that I have in my hand. 4 double teams is, at this point, that's too much. It's not too much, because it's a huge amount of armor and also strength for everybody who is still in a contiguous line. So I might not take on a 5th, but I'm very happy that I have this many at the very least. So another stamina for right now, and fuck's sake. All right, toxic. Okay, sure, toxic. And okay, impervious, absolutely. We're going to, well, first of all, let's see. Are we close to another level for anybody? Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and take that combat, shall we? 24 damage. Okay. We're going to start work on the bottom. All right. That's a lot more manageable. All right, good to go. Okay. Overhaul is an excellent fucking card. Unfortunately, it becomes useless as of the Prince because everybody's attacking you at the same time. But, I mean... It's the single most unfortunate thing about this game is that every action that you take, every choice that you make, you need to be thinking about what you're going to be doing when you hit the Prince, which is the reason why I think that we have been overvaluing Weasels overall. because they really drop off in a big way on the prince. I've had to sort of contort myself a bit in order to make sure that I can get him, kill the prince with weasels, and not consistently. Just to say this again, this is the 8th all weasel run that I have attempted. It's the first one that I am streaming. I've got in my pocket. I've got seven all weasel runs, and of those 7, I have killed the prince twice. They just isn't going to do me any good. Like that. So here's what we're going to do. Check this out. So first, then bring it right back into hand. And 2. Yeah. All right. None of these. Okay. How close am I? Nearly 5. So we're going to pass up the drunken guard because we're doing amazing on money, and instead we're going to take this last combat so that we can get, I think, Islington. I don't know. I've lost track of which weasel is which. This time, I'm going to remember to give Costling the fucking restoration. Everybody. Okay, so that's 12 damage going towards everybody. We're fine. I'm going to spread this poison around a little bit. I don't have anywhere enough to kill one of these guys, so I'm going to spread this around a little bit. I'm hoping to get that Plagueis up in my hand sooner rather than later. And I don't know, because these guys move around a bit, so I don't know where they're going to end up being. Usually they move in fairly predictable patterns, but not always. Usually. Okay, so strategy, slippery, and okay. Pew. He'll die to his bleed. Or poison. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do right now is get a little bit... Good, okay. None of these. Alright, thank you, Islington. Okay. All 3 of these are very good. All 3 of these are very good. I think I want to go for Gambler to get just a little bit extra card draw, but Steadfast is a truly superlative passive. It does resolve a lot of issues in the later game about making sure that your back ranks remain strong. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but all of my guys are carrying, still wearing superior lights. Hello, exotic merchant. I have been waiting for you. Where have you been? Khajiit has wares if you have coin. I know that there will not be any more major content. There's not going to be any more heroes. I'm not going to ever see a cat hero, but I want to. I can dream. I am really hoping that their next game is. They've already said that their next game is going to be in this same universe. I truly do hope that it. I want it to be Banners of Ruin 2. I know that it probably won't be. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So first of all, we are going to be going with Rivalry, because we always go with Rivalry. What are we going to be overwriting? It will be Galvanize. I'm going to take that Galvanize, and that is Denver's, which is good. Because Denver... Okay, Denver has the Bloodthirsty, which is very, very good, and also Falchion and Poignard. So Denver is going to be... Denver is already a pretty good killer, so I'm all right with all of this. All right, we will not be taking any of these guys, so let's see what you got. This is actually a pretty good rabbit. Again, I have because I've realized that I have been wrong about rabbits and I have been dramatically undervaluing them. Uh, this is a very strong starting point for a rabbit. And this is honestly a pretty strong starting point for a bear too. Decent shield. I do actually like kite shields. They're expensive, but they can end up with it's 3, but it can end up with 30 up to 30 base armor for that 3. Master of Arms is quite good, and I don't really like all or nothing. So that is all right. It's still going to be a no from me, but it's also a no from me. And a pretty lackluster wolf, unfortunately. I do like Stoic, but I'm not a big fan of Duelist. A lot of the wolf passives involve every time you discard, you get a flourish. Every time you play a weapon card, you get a flourish. Flourish is a self-banishing card that deals 3/3 damage. It's pretty good if you have a rivalry or another way of getting large amounts of strength, but otherwise, it's a little lackluster. It's not that great. So this is not an amazing. It's not an amazing wolf. I don't feel too bad about saying no to all 3 of these guys. Is this going to be Spitter? Nope. It's Grit Salt. We didn't actually see Spitter this run. I'm legitimately shocked. I don't know how to handle this. Okay. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So first of all, this is another thing also, by the way, why our current configuration is going to be handy. Grit Salt has something that you might not notice if you aren't looking carefully. Grit Salt has Die Hard. If you overload Grit Salt with Bleed, he will take the bleed damage once, and then all of it will be converted into charge. And then he will fuck you, because Grit Salt can do vitality damage. He doesn't always. This is not a vitality damage attack that he is preparing, but he can do vitality damage. Alright. Enough fucking around, let's go. I'm going to pour all of this on the guy in the middle. I'm hoping that we do get a Plagius up reasonably soon. That's what I want. So... damage is coming around. Ooh. Okay, most of it is coming in on Denver. I'm alright with that. Denver is doing very, very well. In terms of basically everything, actually. I'm not going to do this. Hold on. I don't want that. I don't want this raider to die just yet. I want to have an opportunity to hit him with Plagius if it does come up. One of the better talents in the game. It is one of the, they call them the agnostic talents because they are not specific to any one race. Overhaul. Just swap the front and rear ranks. It's very, very strong. Useless on the Prince, but otherwise very, very strong. What are you all doing? Okay, you're fucking around with us. Down here. It's fine. There we go. Tensions because you are all the same. I'm going to... Good. Let's get some more restoration on you. I'm not going to screw around anymore. It's clear I'm not going to get the I'm not going to get the Plagius in hand. So let's stop fucking around and just murder some otters, shall we? Okay. Oh, wrong fucking whatever. Denver. Come on. There we go. Grit Salt is kind of ain't shit, but he can be shit. He can actually be extremely powerful if you allow him to do any of the things that he can do. He can be very, very dangerous. I'm still plugging away at Grit Salt here specifically because I want to. Am I going to be able to? I don't think I'm going to be able to. I want to be able to get at least one more hit for Denver's Bloodthirsty, but I don't think I'm going to manage it, so we'll just let him fall down and die from his poisons. Will I take a fifth double team? I think I'm going to take a fifth double team. I think that's actually going to be necessary. Every time this character plays a card, they gain three armor. Here is where shit is going to start turning around. Give me a moment. Blessed for Islington. Okay. And a Scoundrel's Cloak. No, not yet. So, the reason why I am taking so many double teams is not just because they happen to be very, very strong for a fully homogenous team, but it's also because, as I keep on trying to say, Weasels fall off on the Prince because they deal damage very slowly, and dealing damage slowly on the Prince will get you fucking killed. So I need something to make sure that they can fucking survive. So the more of these I have, the more likely I am to not just get wrecked on my first round. Because the first thing that happens is Obelisk. He doesn't just shuffle you around, he also puts 2 stacks of Overwhelm on everyone in your party. And those 2 stacks of Overwhelm, because he's the first one who acts, those 2 stacks of Overwhelm, that's what fucks you up. Then Endris just wrecks you. The two shadows who only do 20 damage at a time, they just fuck you up. So let's see. Who is closest to where? Halfway to 6, halfway to 6. You are going to get the most out of it, so you get the excellence. Islington, don't let me down. You've already got blessed. I'm going to... Alright, so base 6. Okay. We'll just give you... Everybody's got a slippery. Sure, why not? Cool. Normally I would have taken the one that is 2 plus weapon damage. It's 2 stamina for weapon damage plus a free concealed blade, but I can't rely on having bleeds because I'm not throwing around bleed, I'm throwing around a lot of poison. Alright, so moving along. Oh, this fucker. Okay then. Alright, so to begin with, goodbye. Master at Arms is a great card. You do need to win a challenge for it. I'm going to show you exactly why it's so good. Look at this. So, thing, and then just bring it right back into my hand. Of course, I didn't pay attention to how much stamina I had. That would have been much more impressive if I had, but I didn't. So there I am. I am who I am. Okay. Okay. So that much, being able to put on this much armor this quickly is going to be a necessity. I always say this, and I'm going to continue to say this, but this time it like, for real, I'm not guaranteed to win this one. My win rate with all Weasels, as I keep saying, is actually quite low. So there's a strong chance that I'll just fucking crash and burn as soon as I get to the Prince. I'm going to do my damn best. This is going to be 3 levels up? No, 2. Islington will not level up from this. Still worth it. Second Plagius? I'll take a second Plagius, sure. Hold on one moment. Okay, I may need to step away for just a moment in a little bit. Let's see what you've got. Uh, hmm. Control, possibly. Control is a big maybe. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is control. The big issue with it is that it's useless on the prince, but I can't be choosing literally every single thing that I do based on the prince. I'll do control. Sure, I'll take control. And we are all set. Oh, I forgot to do this. Okay, so all of my guys now are base 6 with base 3. So I can start looking to offload my superior light armor for something better. Islington is already upgraded to a rogue's attire, which is very, very good for weasels because they play a lot of cards. And Islington also has blessed, which means I don't ever really need to add any more will to Islington. And now I have a choice between a hidden gem and a knife throwers. The knife throwers is what I'm going to take because that knife throwers is going to be a better piece of armor, a better armor. Okay. Now, I say this every time, and I'm going to continue to say it. I am not going to be playing any of my weapon cards. I will not be playing my weapon cards. Ooh, Plagius right away. Excellent. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to hyperstack poison on this motherfucker right here. We're going to put as much poison on them as they can possibly hold. Like really, just get it right down to the wire. Okay. And you, 1, 2, 3, and then Plagius. That's 45. So all I need to do is nope. Looks like that's all I'm going to be able to do. You'll die from this. The rest of you won't. Okay. It's fine. You're not going to do any. You're not going to be able to break through my armor anyway. Oh, you will on Costling though. Okay. Oh, hey, look! It's my second Plagius. So that is for Denver. Denver is going to be putting Plagius off of you, and we are basically done. That will be the end of this entire rank. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot about the not playing any weapon cards. I don't need the quick hands. Take a step back. Do not need the quick hands. That bleed I do want, and I think I want it more than I want that poignard. So, Sellsword's Garb. Let's put that on to who has Impervious is on Costling. So let's give it to Costling. Sellsword's Garb is a unique armor. You can only find it from this encounter. It is every turn is plus 10. Every turn is 10 armor, plus also it has some retaliation on it. And Islington has just hit 7. Fingers crossed, this is his third and last passive. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sure. Wow. Whenever this character banishes a card, 5 bleed is applied to a random enemy. Now, this is Weasel's unsung hero of a passive. Why is this important? Because every single concealed blade and poison blade vanishes. And we're going to give you 1 extra will just to make sure you have lots and lots off of that. So now I have lots. So now I'm going to be throwing around a shit ton of bleed and also poisons. We're going to go after the armory reserves and that elite combat. Steadfast, good. So very light. Denver is now on steadfast. Rondel dagger. Don't really need that. I don't honestly need this assassin's blade, so I now have two who are identically set up. Seriously though, falchion, main hand, rondel dagger, offhand is a very, very powerful weapon configuration. It gives you access to it. It gives you access to quite a lot. The falchion is very, very high main hand weapon damage, and all weapon damage cards are going to be based off of your main hand. Rondel dagger in the offhand means that you can make use of stacking strength. Plus, also, you will be able to get the bonus effects of both akimbo and flurry. It's a very, very strong weapon configuration. It is not the strongest, but it's just about. Thank God for that. Now, because Islington has just become newly vindictive, we are going to do our best to make sure that all of our... We're going to do our best to make sure that every card that we banish is going to be played off of him. So this should be two separate banished cards. Yeah, 5 and 5. Look at that. That's fucking great, actually. Okay. I'm feeling better about our chances, but I've said that before. No, hang on. Yeah, okay, so... Okay, you'll die to your bleed. You love to see it. Okay. You're just gonna die. 10 damage, 20, we're fine. I'm satisfied with what we've got currently. Actually, there is a change I do need to make. I've just realized that there's a change I need to make. So impervious, Costling here with impervious. I'm going to be swapping this sellsword's garb with who has this? With Islington. That every time this character plays a card, they gain 3. So that this means that every time Costling plays any card, he'll gain 8 armor, which is a big deal. Okay. All right. So, whose Plagueis is this? It's Costling's. I cannot believe I've got 3 weasels and no flow. It's just how it goes. I mean, it's just how it goes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, good. So we're stacking a shit ton of poisons on this here drum guard. And then we are going to Plagueis it all over all of his friends. Or his friend. Which we're apparently not going to do right now, because I did not pay attention to how much stamina I had left. Okay. I don't need to discard anything. Alright, so Plagueis. 50. I like that. He's going to die from his poison, so let's start making sure this dude does the same. Every time. I started this recording off by saying that I thought that we, as a fan base, that we have been overvaluing Weasels. And what I have here is actually a very strong Weasel team. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut fucking forever, shall I? I literally never know what the hell I'm talking about, apparently. Jesus Christ. All right. So 161 from that Bloodthirsty. I like that. Oh, God. Well. Yeah, it didn't matter. Okay, good. I don't think I need a quick hands. I think I'm doing okay. All right, so let's change one thing around. We're going to take Rogue's Attire and put it onto Costling. Once again, the reason why is because Costling has Impervious. Rogue's Attire, every time this character plays a card, they gain 3 armor. So that means every time it's Impervious, every time he gains armor, he gains an additional 5 armor. So that's going to be helpful for wee little Costling. Look at him. Look at him being so cute. What a good boy. What a good boy, Costling. Yeah, you are. You're a good boy. Yeah, good boy. Excuse me. Oh, I see. I made a mistake there. Okay. Whatever. 20, 20, and 20. Okay, they're not going to break through my armor. We'll start with you. Look at the sheer volume of bleeds that are going around. This is actually a lot more than if I had kept them with concealed blades, and not also had this card, I should say. All right, let's get you a little bit more armor than that, shall we? Okay. I'm going to hang off on throwing more shit for just a moment, because I'm not going to be able to... not going to be able to kill him just yet. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so... just to get that onto you. So now you start with 25. I'll be careful about how much I am throwing off of you, so we are now going to be stacking poison onto you. I need to make sure that I do not go below 3 on Denver. And Plagius. Is that 87? That is 87 on this guy. And the rest of these will hurt, but it's not going to kill him. No, I should have paid a little bit more attention to that because that's going to hurt. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, they're just dead, so let's get a little bit more health on Denver. Not quite. Hold on. What I'm doing is I want to make sure that Denver. I want to make sure that Denver gets this kill also. So I'm just. Okay. All right. I finally have a reason to move everyone to the back rank, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. One moment. Back rank. Back rank. Back rank. Oh yes. Good. Quick round. Thank you. Okay. So. Here on the 3rd Street, taking this league is not a good idea. It's a recruit. It's a recruit, and it's potentially a more or less tailor-made recruit. But a big issue with it is that they are for this encounter specifically for this event. whoever you recruit from the league will be level 4. Exactly level 4. On the first street, that's fucking huge. On the second street, that's okay. On the third street, that is actually a bit of a handicap because they're not going to be level they're not going to be able to get too many levels before you hit the prince. So let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Let's pick a weapon and 2 talents, and let's see what you got for us. So, falchion, sure. It's a bear. We will not be taking a bear. Sorry, Rollo. Bye. Rollo Mossfoot. Knight Errant will give us is a card choice. I'm going to be removing some more of our cards because we are getting a little bit unwieldy. Getting rid of that guard and getting rid of this strike. Oh no, it is a task force. Uh-oh. Oh, that legitimately is uh-oh. Okay. Okay. So, whose Plagueis is this? It is Denver's, so we're going to be careful. We're going to be careful and make sure that Denver does not go below 3 stamina. Okay. 18 and how much bleed? 3 bleed. Okay. And Plagueis. And also a little bit extra. I'm going to take some red damage on Islington and Denver. I can see that. And it's not the best. But I'm in pretty good shape, so I'm not super concerned. All right. I don't want to deal with the spearman just yet. He is definitely going to die from this. You will die from this. Hoping to nail... Oh, I did get the Plagueis, but unfortunately it's costlings and he can't afford it. That's fine. I do have this on the Ender Spearman, so I'll be fine. Just want to make sure everyone in the back rank dies, and they all will. Good. Before I throw that, let's get some more shit around, shall we? Oops. That was a big hit. 51. How much better can I do? I don't want to accidentally kill him. I want to get as much stacks of that shit as I can. 60, 63. And that'll do. Good. I'll take a law of exchange. Now I will take that law of exchange. And none of these S-stocks. E-stocks? S-stock? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Don't need a weapon merchant. Let's see how we're doing on experience. Almost 7, almost 7. Okay, so this combat is valuable. In case I don't ever make this clear, I believe personally that at the very least hitting level 7 is the most important because that is your third passive. Honestly, almost more so than hitting max rank. The fourth talent I won't always actually take, but you understand. This is not complicated. What are you doing? So 20 on top. Okay, all that damage is coming in on top. Costling is doing fine. Let's make sure he's doing better than fine. Every time Costling plays a card, you notice his armor jumps up by 8. And every time Islington plays one of his blades, somebody else gets 5 bleed. I need to pay a lot more. I'm going to need to pay much closer attention to what I am doing moving forward, because, and this is real talk here. If I don't pay closer attention to how much health I have left, and I just keep on fucking around with trying to get poisons up really high and then spreading it around with plages, I will fuck up and die. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fuck up and die. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm not going to get this overhaul just yet because what they are about to do is not as dangerous as what the halberdiers are about to do. We're going to start work on you. Spread some shit around and... Well, not actually. That would have been. Don't mind me. I'm just. I mean, like if this is the first time you've ever listened to me do one of these things, I just fucking ramble to myself. It's just what I do. We're spreading poisons and bleeds around. I really should be focusing on one guy, but this guy will be dying from this. So we are. He'll be dying from this, and I want to. Okay. Okay. Okay, he'll die to that. He will die to that poison. And you can go fuck yourself. Oh, Can you go fuck yourself? You can almost go fuck yourself. Almost. God damn it. You can almost go fuck yourself. What I wouldn't give for a red powder right now. Oh, good. It wasn't even his turn, so yeah, we're fine. Sorry, I'm just basically off in whatever fucking world I'm off in. I am paying attention. I promise I'm paying attention. None of these. None of these. Okay, let's get out of here. All right, so Big money, no whammies. Give me something good. I mean, actually, that's not so bad. Is that not so bad? Yeah, Denver is the one who I wanted to have on the front rank anyway. So, yeah, actually, that'll be fine. I'll do that. Cool. Okay, start with a Bastion. And let's also give you an extra stamina. As for you, come on, Costling. Give me some good. It's a little bit too late to start adding Bloodthirsty. It's a little bit too late to start adding Bloodthirsty. I wouldn't mind the bleeding, the cutthroat. Hmm. Okay, we're going to go with the Bloodthirsty. And that also means that I'm going to start... Ooh, okay. So, first off, we're going to take this Courage and then go over to the guarded Transport. Sorry, Islington. Or maybe not. No, I don't think so. Never mind. So, Master Blacksmith has a bunch of... Master Blacksmith is very, very expensive. But all the effects that he offers are actually pretty strong. The most important of which is you can spend $1,000 to duplicate any any weapon that you are currently carrying, except for the hero weapons. The hero weapons are the weapons that are fused into the hands of the 3 DLC hero characters. For the longest time, I thought that meant the hunter cards. It does not mean the hunter cards. So we can go to the Master Blacksmith and duplicate our caster's crossbow. But the configuration I have for both my non-crossbow wielding guys is actually pretty strong. So I'm not fussed. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to banish the crossbow, bring the refresh back into my hand, banish the strike, and I've been having the wrong one doing all this banishing, haven't I? That should have been Islington this whole time. Ah, you fool. Alright. Still worth it. Still worth it. Okay. Good beginning. Very good beginning. So, let's take a look at what we got. This is Cosling's Plagueis. So, well, first of all, let's introduce that, shall we? I don't worry too much about summoning the extra. I don't worry too much about summoning the extra Poison Blade because again, it's just going to sit in my hand. So I'm not playing it this round, but I'll play it next round. So that's the whole front row is going to die. And Costling, can you murder anybody? Nope, you cannot. I'm going to hold on to this for a second. Alright. Oh, it is not the whole front row dead. I'm that bad at math, huh? Alright then. Well, it is now. So, I'm going to swap back in front row. I have another Plagueis up already. So, let's... I just want to take a moment to point out the expression on this bear's face. The artwork in this game is so fucking good. Actually, let's do one more, shall we? You have nothing in hand? Nothing in hand. Alright then. Now that is definitely all of these guys dead. He said, yes, 63, 63, good, okay, we're good. So instead, let's try to get Costling some kills, shall we? Let's actually make some benefit out of that bloodthirsty. Make it worth my while. Anything else you can do? Really nothing? Alright. At the very least you can heal a little bit. Which of course should have been Islington, but... This is already done, by the way. I don't need to be doing any of this shit. But I do want to get a little bit more max health where I can. Goodbye, crossbowman. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't need another akimbo. Steadfast would be not bad. Steadfast would be not bad. I think I prefer the rogue's attire, frankly, to the steadfast, because I think I'm going to end up getting a lot more benefit out of it. But I will keep at least one steadfast in reserve, just in case. And there's some money for me. Yay, money. Free cards, sometimes these can be pretty good. And they are not this time. Where are my Kilderkin at? Like, what the fuck, man? Where are my Kilderkin? Not gonna take a second chance, I don't need it, I don't think. Okay. Damn it. Wrong one playing it. Whatever. Should be enough. Yes, it is good. We're going to hold on to this overhaul for next round. This big fat fatty in the middle, he's dangerous, but he's the least dangerous on this side. It's these two that I'm truly worried about, but unfortunately they've got protected and protection and protector, so we need to handle this not necessarily delicately, but you know. Okay. Well, you'll just die from your bleed. And what are you doing? Nothing important. Okay. Let's get a little bit more out of that rogue's attire. Okay. And I've got a plagiarism. Good. All right. So first of all, I don't want these. I'm gonna do everything I can to prevent these fuckers from moving for as long as I can, because I don't like them. Okay. So we're going to do the plagius on him right now instead of doing the usual thing I have been doing, which is just continuing to stack. It's just going to be a slippery? It's just going to be a slippery. That's fine. Anything? Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Give me a moment, please. You will not die from all of this. Is there anything I can do? Let's see what I can do. Well, okay. That's lethal for you. What's most important for me right now is that these crossbowmen die, and I believe that that's going to be it. I think that that's going to get both of them. Even more so than this drum guard. What this drum guard is going to do mostly is he's going to swap my guys around, which I'm honestly legitimately not super concerned about. But let's delay him anyway. God damn, that is really good. Look at that, 251 armor. That's going to be really, really helpful for me. It's going to be really helpful for me. I'm cautiously optimistic about my chances on the prince. That being said, I have clearly not been paying nearly enough attention. I bring back into my hand. Let's get this reserves. Anything decent? Yeah, hold on. Nope. I do have something decent, but on the wrong guy. That's fine. I wasn't going to be able to play that play just because it was his, and I'm not super concerned. This guy is the least of what was on their side, and I am okay. We need some health. You could use some health. Let's get you some health. I'm going to spin this out for another 2 rounds. I just want Islington to get some health back. Okay, that's enough health for you. Okay, all set. I'll take another refresh, absolutely. And none of these are any good for me. Moving along. Catacombs, huh? We're going to take a look at, we are going to modify talents. We are going to modify talents. Modify talents. And we are going to, hold on. See if I can get something better for the slippery. And I kind of can. But Nope, I cannot, because it's going to cost me a will, and I need all that will. Okay, I'll take a sulfuric bomb instead, then. That's fine. A little bit more poison to throw around. High spirits. Okay, so we're going to go black market and then escape. And from the black market, what we're going to do is we're going to gain 3 random upgrade tokens, which I am very satisfied with. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Make Law of Exchange a little bit easier to cast. Thank God that was not a Kilderkin. I would have been very upset. I would have been very upset. I need to step away for just one moment. That is what that text was about. I'll be back in probably about 10 seconds. 1 second, please. I'm coming. Hold on. Thanks very much for your patience. We had a package outside, and also I needed to take an extra moment to make sure that Emma knows that she is a very good girl. Yes, I know. Hello, girl. Yes. Good girl. Good girl, Emma. Yes. Emma is now, I think, about 5 or 6 months old. She's getting very big. She's still very small. And I would fucking die for this cat. I would fucking die for her. She's amazing. Good girl. Good girl. All right. So. Good. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So here's the thing that we're going to do that is possible with that card and very little else. Every round, a new guy is going to spawn, but they can only spawn into an unoccupied position. So having the barricades in the back means there can only be 3 guys against me in this round. So that's nice. I almost banished that chains because I almost forgot where the fuck we are. I am good at this game. Yes, baby. I know. Come here. Okay. Yes, baby, I know. Okay. Yes, baby, I know. I'm being very bored. I know, I'm playing cards. What a terrible thing I'm doing by not paying attention to you every second of every day. Which is, to be fair, what I should be doing. I know. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Oops. I'm going to screw it up is what I'm going to do. I meant to throw out Pelagius, but I forgot that he had a shit ton of charge on him. That's fine. He'll still have it for next round. I keep on almost discarding the chains because I keep on fucking forgetting where I am. Like a dumbass. You know, like a dumbass. whoop, whoop. Yep. Oh, good lord. Very, very small cat. Flopping around and being amazing. Okay. Yes, baby, I know. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm being very boring. I'm sorry that I'm being this boring. Okay. I need to be a bit careful. Normally what well, you know, it doesn't really fucking matter at this point, does it? Just trying to make some room. Dang it. Baby, are you okay? Oh, I see. Oh, honey. See, if I was smart, what I would do is spin this out into infinity and just keep on getting killing blows for Costling and Islington to make sure that they're... Not Costling and Denver, to make sure that they're Bloodthirsty gets basically hyperstacked. That is a thing that I should theoretically be doing. But I also want to be done sometime today, so... Whoops. You okay, girl? Yes, you are. Okay. Love you very much, sweetheart. Oh, my baby. Good girl. Will you just die from that? Yeah, good. And we're all set. I will take a fucking 6th. Sure, absolutely. Why not? I legitimately don't see any reason why not to at this point. My god, all these double teams. Whoops. Okay, so, hold on. Who has Bastion? You have Bastion. So let's get you, Denver, into the front, you into the rear. So we're going to make use of, we're finally going to be making use of Denver's Bastion, which I've totally fucking forgot I had. Okay. Okay, good. Let's do this. So now, I mean, they're attacking now, which sucks, but it also does mean that they are immediately vulnerable. I can hit them. Who do I got? Good. Take it. Also a rogue to tire. Okay, good. So let's have you play some more cards as well. Don't really need Master of Arms right now. Do want to have more of fucking everything else. I want these guys to play as many cards as they possibly can manage so that they can get the most out of Rogue's Attire, which gives them armor every time they play a card. Good. And that does mean now I can make some use out of Vanguard, which is nice. Remember, as long as your dudes are all in at least a contiguous line, make sure that the one in the middle is the one that you are playing the double team on. Who needs some health? You need some health. Good. And you get that sweet, sweet... Oh, you idiot. is a mistake, but not the worst mistake. It's not the end of the world. I need to make sure that Denver does not leave the front line. I don't need to make sure that Denver does not leave the front line. It's just his passive Bastion gives him an extra 15 armor and 1 stamina per turn as long as he is the only party member on his rank. And as you can see, the sheer volume of double teams that we have. The sheer fucking volume of double teams. Do I actually have 6 or 5? How many goddamn double teams do I have? Too many? I have too many. I have a lot of double teams. I went a little crazy with the double teams this time. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. I went a little crazy with the double teams this time. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. You'll die from your poisons, and I believe you will too. 31 and 14? Am I reading that right? I wish there was some way to turn the letters from white to, like, black or blue or something else that is immediately legible. Deep Strike I will take, because they are all level 7. Don't need that off-duty guards. How close am I to a level up? Real close for Islington, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I do not think I'm going to be able to manage it unless there is a unless that last encounter is is an elite or an intelligence. There's no way I'm going to make it. Ah, dang it! Wrong one. I keep on forgetting it's Islington that needs to be playing all of the. Banishables. So, I'm going to put all this poisons onto the dude in the middle. And I'll tell you for why. It's because as soon as they are... next round, these two guys are... Well, this round, these two guys are going to jump to the back. So... give me a little bit more time on that too. Okay. Whose is this? It's yours. Okay. 72. 72. I think... No, it's not quite enough. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. That's enough. And that's enough. I think that'll kill you both. Will that kill all you? Yes. Good. None of these. We're going to go to Mentor and then the Saltors. Saltors. What are we going to get from the Mentor? What are we going to get for the Mentor? Because we don't have any red powder. So, like, another reserves is what we're going to get. I was almost going to get another double team. I almost got another double team. Really, I almost got another double team. I do think... How many do I have? Do I have 6? Yeah, I have 6, which is more than a little silly. I was going to get another one, though. because we're doing this fully homogenous, there is no actual limit to how many of these are valuable because of the amount of benefit I'm getting from every single play. What are you doing? 9 damage and a provoke. Oh, these fuckers. Alright, well, we'll start from the top. That's all I'm going to do for right now. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing this is to make sure that that dude stays in the middle. Although I think this is just going to end up, I'm just going to end up killing him. I'm not going to bother fucking around with stupid Plagueis tricks. I'm also not going to be naming this run anything like Darth Plagueis the Wise or anything like that. For reasons that are not exactly personal. I hated those fucking movies. I know that there's been a recent renaissance for the prequel trilogy because I understand that Gen Z literally grew up with those movies. I get it. I understand. It can be very difficult to critically appraise something that you literally grew up with. I understand that. But those movies were dog shit and you're all wrong. So, moving along. I don't need this Plagueis anymore. Good. Okay. Okay. So we're going to move him to the back, and then we are going to blow him the fuck up. I don't need a second deep strike. And I don't need any of these. Not enough to level you up, is it? Nope, it is absolutely not. Okay, well, this is where we are. Let's see if we can add anyone to our team. And we might be able to. Hello, Jocelyn Misselthaw, who has Sharp. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to be taking you because you are a weasel. And we are taking weasels. But that is unfortunate that Jocelyn Misselthaw here has Sharp, and Sharp, as we've discussed, is fully turned off by Assassin. Control is okay. Toxic Cascade is actually quite good. I do like that. That is very, very good, actually. I'm going to say it is very good. And starts with Steadfast, which I'm all right with. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hire you, Jocelyn. And let's get you into the back row. See if we can do anything about your equipment. I don't know why they sometimes spawn them with Poignard in the main hand. It's very, very dumb. All right, so this is our final team. We have got, and also this is Jocelyn Misselthaw. So this is our first female weasel that we have seen. Let's see if there's a difference. There is a difference. She's wearing eyeliner. There's the differences in the eyes. Look at that. She's actually wearing eyeliner. Holy shit, that's what's happening. That's how we can tell that she is a lady weasel, is that she's wearing eyeliner. Okay, so lady weasel, guy weasel, lady weasel, guy weasel. How can you tell the difference? She's just wearing some makeup. Okay, that's cool. That's all right. All right. Sure. I love it. All right, let's see who else we have here. This is not exciting. Not exciting. Especially, Jesus Christ. So this rabbit has 7, is going, because with Blessed, rather, this rabbit will have 7 will and 4 stamina. And that is trash garbage for a rabbit. And this Idris Mistletoe, I guess they are they related? Hold on. Didn't we just add a Mistletoe? We did. Oh, Jocelyn Mistletoe. And who are you? Idris Mistletoe. I guess they're related. Cool. Unholy and practiced is quite good. Plague Doctor is useless. Tempering is completely useless on a mouse. Dash is okay, but not exciting, so I don't feel bad about saying no to either of them. All right, Weasels. Here we go. Let's see how we do. Okay. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. All right, so we're going to start off again. Remember, this dude is going to banish the first card I play. So, did that count as you banishing it? It did not. All right. That's a decent start. Decent start. So here's the other thing we're going to do that is a decent start. We're going to grab you and we are going to move you into the back row. So we're going to delay his first action. Does mean that we are going to take it in the pants a little bit, but I'm not super concerned. So we are doing quite well with that many double teams in our back pocket. We are actually doing. I'm not concerned. Hold on a second. Every time you spawn a concealed blade, all concealed blades deal additional damage. So this actually did tick up. It did tick up. Let's see. Are you actually doing this additional damage? No, it is not doing additional damage. Okay, so it is in fact useless. That's what I expected to see. It is what I expected to see. It is useless. Okay, that's fine. And 10. Okay. So that is you dead. Let's start work on the warden. Now, one thing that is important, because while the warden... One thing that is important. So the warden cannot take more than 25 damage at a time, but that is from card attacks. That does not count for poison or bleed. We've tested this. So that is a lot of damage incoming right away. Shit. Can we withstand this? We should be able to. 15, 15. Yeah, we're fine. Let's sharpen steel. Sure. Oh, look at that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start off by getting some shiz from the back rank. What else do I have waiting for me? Ooh, I could potentially get an overhaul, but it will not be. That's fine. All right, he will now start taking bleed. Let's just make sure you start taking some bleed, shall we? Okay, so can I just? Yes, I can. So I don't actually have to do that rotation. So I'm gonna focus the poisons from this point onto the Ender Footman, the Bannerman over here, so that I can spread it around a little bit, just a little bit. By a little bit, hopefully I mean a lot. Let's get this. Then let's do this. Okay, it's about as much as I'm going to be able to do. It's one. And that is 2. 90 poison. 90 poison. That's good. I'd love to see it. You notice that it's still ticking up. It's still ticking up, but because she's not actually ever going to have her hands on any poison blades. She's never going to see it. All right. So good. Okay, that's. I'm happy about this. He's going to change his sides. Good. All right, so that's what's going to get banished by this fucker. And let's spread a whole bunch of armor around. Look at all that armor. Look at that armor. Look at that armor go. Look at that. That's some good fucking armor right there. Hold on. He'll die to that poison next round. We are all set. He'll die to that poison. He will die to the poison and the bleed, and then I just have the Ender Knights to deal with. Good. I'm not going to need this control. So, this is a Toxic Cascade is actually quite fun. Whenever this character gains a status effect, they also gain 2 poison. Now, what's fun about this is that I think, so this should be, I'm putting 3 poison onto him. 3 poison, all right? So 3. He's got 1, 6. Oh, I was hoping it would be more than that. Of course it would be more than that. Very foolish of me. All right, well, at least let's get you... Nope, not quite. Like, hey guys, look at this, and then I don't show you anything. That's good. Well done. All right. I think that's about everything that we're going to be able to do right now. Warden is going to die from his poison. Goodbye. Goodbye, good boy. Bye-bye, good boy. That's a lot of bleed. I'm not super concerned about it, though. So, first off, let's fuck myself a little bit, shall we? Jesus Christ, that was not great. What are you doing? Okay, small amounts of damage. Well, it's not small amounts of damage, but compared to the amount of compared to the sheer volume of armor that we've got, it is a small amount of damage. What do you got? Give me the thing. I'm not going to need this law of exchange. We are basically done. Yeah, he was going to die, but I want to get a little bit more for the bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty for the bloodthirsty god. I'm so sorry I said that. I know. I'm very sorry. We'll just pretend that never happened. You'll die from this, I think? You will, yeah, good. Okay, so Weasels doing very well, actually, this whole time up through now. Started off this whole thing by saying, that I feel that we have been overvaluing Weasels, and what I've been able to demonstrate is not that. So the moral of the story is I should just fucking keep my goddamn mouth shut all the time, really. What the hell do I know? Don't need this Plagius anymore. Who's got the most strength? You do. Good. Boom. All right. So, a moment of silence for the good boy. You did good, dude. I mean, figuratively, you did good. You did figuratively good. Literally, you did not do good because we sort of just stepped on you, like very, very hard. That poison and play just seem to, yeah. Sorry, good boy. Sorry. Give you a little bit of pat on the head, pat on the nose. All right, moving on. So, Spy Master time. Hello, Spy Master. I have made the suggestion to Montebello that I very strongly believe that they should add. They need to. I think that they really need to add something to this encounter. It is just not enough as it is. He needs something to block for it. He does not. He needs a block. He needs a blocker. And the fact that he doesn't is unfortunate for him, because that means that all of my actions, all of my attacks are just hitting him. And that really sucks for him. Because literally everything I'm doing is just coming down into his face. They keep on every major update. They keep on giving him extra things to try to make this encounter a little bit more, dangerous, a little bit more. But it just doesn't work. They first they doubled or tripled his health, because his health did not used to be 304. Then they gave him like some armor and I forget what it's called, brace or whatever the hell it is, that as long as he has armor he cannot be moved, because I mean otherwise the first thing you do is just boot him into the back. The problem is that if you are, the Warden is a very difficult fight. The Warden is a very difficult fight. If you have the chops to get through the Warden, Spy Master is not going to do shit to you. That's really just all there is to it. The Spy Master is not dangerous if you are capable of getting through the Warden, and you're never going to see the Spy Master unless you're capable of getting through the Warden. Oh, watch this then. Hold on. So, he is... so it's 3 banish, plus 2 banish from the Toxic Cascade, plus also he'll be taking on 5 bleed, and then another 2 poison from the Toxic Cascade. 88, 100. So that's 9. I've each of these cards is now adding 9 poison to him. So that's pretty cool. That's what I'm planning on putting onto the Prince. I think that's what I'm planning on putting onto the Prince. I may need to put that onto Obelisk because I'm going to need to have him dead. Okay, so I usually say this. I'm going to say this again. I'm not guaranteed to win this combat. This combat it's extremely difficult. And my win rate with Weasels is, as I keep saying, very, very low. With just Weasels, I mean. My first round is going to determine how we do. If my first round sucks, I'm fucked. That's just really how it is. I will not be able to recover from a bad first round on the Prince. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Give me something good. Oh, that is pretty good. Decent, but not the best. Get rid of the control. Fucking good. All right, so starting off pretty strong with a decent amount of armor. Very decent amount of armor. I'm happy about it. I'm never going to need this overhaul, but at the same time, it will come in handy because it's over 3 stamina, so I will be able to get something back with the Law of Exchange for it. So I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. So let's banish the Poison Blade instead. rough. That's gonna be real rough. Not enough. Not enough. Shit. Not enough. Okay. It's not the worst. It's not the worst opening I could have had, but it's still not very good. I may lose Missile Thaw. I may lose Missile Thaw. Alright, let's see what we got. Big problem is Obelisk is... It's not just that Obelisk is going to swap everyone's positions. Oh, he didn't this time. That's strange. It's that he gives everyone 2 stacks of Overwhelm. You see, Missile Thaw is already in real bad shape. Okay. I'm still in pretty terrible shape, frankly. Okay. Well, here's what I can do. I'm going to swap their positions, and then this deep strike be a decent hit. Not enough, though. Not remotely enough. Well, damn. I don't know. This is a very slow start. Not thrilled about any of this. Really not thrilled about any of this. Shit. I'm almost definitely I'm almost definitely losing Missile Thaw this round. That is almost definitely happening. And Missile Thaw's got a bunch of cards, and I'm not going to get rid of all of them. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, Missile Thaw's going to die right now. Okay. On the plus side, I am able to discard every round. I'm able to discard every round. So when her cards start coming into hand, two stacks of rivalry. 2 stacks of rivalry. Oh boy. That fucking around with play just isn't really doing me too much good right now, is it? Can I just fucking kill you? Just one? Let's see. Shit, I may lose Islington this round as well. No, maybe not. Maybe not. A lot of it's coming in on Denver, and Denver has a huge amount of health. Okay. Okay, okay. Still in it. We're still here. Shit butts. Okay. Now let's banish you. Get you back in the front. Obelisk will die from his poison. So let's... Ooh, I can only... Oh, shit. Alright, Denver can only hit Gladius because he's been provoked. Which sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, that shadow will die from his poison, at the very least. Okay. Islington may die. Islington may die. At the very least, Obelisk and that shadow are going to go down. Shit! Oh, boy! Oh, Islington. Oh, buddy. Oh, you've been so good. You've been so good this whole time. Just, can you hold on? Can you hold on just a little bit? Oh, buddy. I need to get some kind of health on you, otherwise Islington dies this round. I'm going to do everything I can with you while I got you. Can you still only... Okay, so Denver can still only hit this fucker. Okay. Okay. Who can I do? Can I do anything with you? Can I get... Is there any way that I can get a little bit more, just a little bit more health with you? A little bit more... Yes! Okay. All right, Islington. Islington's back in it. Because that restoration will hit before the bleed. Of course, it's not going to matter if he dies anyway, right now. Except he won't. He won't, because that shadow dies from his poison. Although, Andrus is the problem. Oh, you're still going to die. You're still dying, buddy. I'm so sorry, Islington. I'm so fucking sorry. You did really, really well. You did really well. So let's get the most out of you as we possibly can, shall we? Start work on Andrus. Is that all you can do? That's all you can do. All right, buddy. Goodbye, Islington. You did good. Maybe? Shit. I thought I might be able to get around it. Okay. And Islington was the one who had the gambler, so I'm no longer discarding cards. Which means, because of Ancient Amulet, my dead cards are just going to stay in my hand forever. So that might be a real problem. Except... Fuck you, Gladius. Piece of shit. Okay, is that all I can do? That's all I can do. At the very least, Gladius is dead, so I just have Andrus to deal with. And I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Yeah, we are definitely okay. Except for the fact that I moved my guys out of position so that now I can no longer get benefit from the double team. But apart from that, we're doing great. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Plus side, they have a huge amount of armor already, and Denver just keeps on stacking up. Next round, Denver is going to have 26 charge from that Fury. Okay, let's get that the hell out of here, shall we? Almost. We're not in the woods, but I think we're okay. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So, remember all that shit I said about? Well, okay. So I am going to continue to say, by the way, that the I believe, because they have negative synergy with those two passives, because many of their talents, even their best talents, are really just okay. Their really good passives are still very, very good. So I am going to say that they are probably still a high B tier, but I believe that the consensus of the community is that they are at the very least A tier, and I just don't think that's the case. But at the very least, We got the prince dead. There is something that I want to point out, by the way. Every single time we get to this, and the prince gives me his stupid fucking sob story about, how he killed his father and murdered our families and burned down our homes and did all the stupid fucking horrible shit that he did because he was jealous of our leader, Landon, and that daddy didn't love him enough. Why? The reason why I always go to... Well, side note, before I continue, the very first time you kill the prince, you will give him mercy, because mercy gives you the ability to re-roll 3 card draws at the beginning of the game. That re-roll at the beginning of the game that I have and that I rely on, that I always take, that is from choosing mercy. But I am always going to choose ruin, and the reason why I'm going to choose ruin is because this is very personal to me. It's not just like, aha, we're going to kill him and throw him over the side. Hey, it's because just like everyone else who has played this game for any amount of time, it took me a long, long time to be able to beat the prince. And these runs are not short. It's like even if you charge through it, it's still like 2.5 to 3 hours. It's not like a pick up and play game. Well, it is, because you could play for a bit and then put it down. But compared to basically every other deck builder roguelike, like, for example, Slay the Spire, even a long Slay the Spire game is still going to be about maybe at most 20 to 30 minutes, right? Like, they are short games. This is not a short game. This goes on for a while. So you've been playing for like 3 or 4 hours, and you finally get up to the prince, and you're exhausted and excited and exhilarated, and you've got all your shit together, and you are ready to go, and then your first round fucks you, and you never recover. Everything falls apart, and the prince just murders you one by one. Or actually, more like Obelisk and Endris fuck you up, and then the shadows knock you down one by one. And that takes its toll on you. That does have an impact. So what I'm saying is that what's going on right now between me and the prince, it's not just to, hey, no. This is actually fucking personal. This son of a bitch has cost me so many hours and has frustrated me so many times that every single time I get to him and I say, we're going to cut his head off and throw him over the side, that's not just me being glib or jocular. No. That is me being very, very angry at this little fucking pissant who did a whole bunch of terrible shit because he... Parents, make sure you tell your children that you love them. Make sure you tell your children that you love them. And then shit like this doesn't have to happen. By the way, we're going to cut his head off and throw his body over the side. And it will be fitting. And we are done. I'm very happy. And I'm very happy. I've been dreading this because this is not... going pure Weasel is quite difficult. They fall apart quite a bit on the prince. You need to have a lot of things prepped for this last combat. Thank you very much for coming along with me, those of you who came along with me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Smash that like button and punch that subscribe button and do something else that is violent in the comment sections. And have a lovely Saturday, Or actually, I'm going to be posting this, so have a lovely Sunday, or whatever day of the week it happens to be. Call your mom. She really does miss you, and she really does love you. Unless you have a terrible relationship with your mother, in which case, don't do that. You don't need to. But if you do, call your mom. She misses you. I love you all. Please be good to each other, and please be good to yourselves. Please remember, no one else is ever judging you fractionally as harshly as you judge yourself. They don't remember the embarrassing things that you've done. That's just you. You're the only one who remembers those things. So be good to yourself, please. Have a good evening. I love you all. I'll see you next time.